All right, guys. How are you doing? Matthew Hans-Bello again, and today we'll be doing a review of a new product that Google came out with, Antigravity. It's a unique product in of itself, though, but mainly just going to be for the developers and the rest. But I hope it's going to make sense for those that are not devs. If you're not a dev, this is going to help you generally because the plan for this product essentially is for you to give you the ability to create any app without specifically coding, right? But disclaimer, right? I always try to tell people that even though you're gonna build an app without coding, ensure that you have the or you know how to code in one way or another so that you can actually make changes to it. AI should be an assistant, not specifically the solution. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyways, we're gonna go through it in a way. The land is actually cool, to be fair, right? Um, Little information here about it. You can watch the video, sort of enlightening. Little, they mentioned quite a number of features there that are actually cool. So based on what is here, right? Of course, it's going to help you create a particular product that you have in mind, but it's also going to connect to your browser and help you connect and build your product easy without any problems. So I think it's actually cool, right? Whether it's front end you're doing, whether it's full stack, or you're just an enterprise developer based on what it is. So let's test this out, to be fair. Let's see uh, how it works. For devs, this product is essentially built on, or rather, the IDE is built on top of Gemini 3.0. So that's quite an improvement. So let's see how it works. So all you have to do is to download it. I'm using a Mac, so just download it up and you're going to have it in play. If you're using Windows, if you're using Linux, right, you can actually go ahead to do so. All right, I'm going to download it. I'm just going to walk through it for you. We're going to see how it works. All right, so seems to be like a simple onboarding process, but let me mm, magnify it so that it goes up. I do want to. Should I? I do have a preferred settings for my VS Code, right? So I'm gonna import that view. Of course, dark. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I don't know if there's still any developer that doesn't use dark mode. If you're a dev and you don't use dark mode, I don't know who you are, right? You must be something else. Um, how do you want to use anti-gravity agent? Custom configuration. Yeah, agent assisted development. That's recommended. So, um, review policy. I'm just going to leave everything as is, right? Because I don't want to do too crazy things. I love Vim, but no, I'm going to go with normal, right? 7 extensions, that's fine. Command line install, that's good. Signing with Google, okay. I'm going to go ahead to do so. I'm going to sign into my account, of course. As I am, then yeah, open anti-gravity, see how that works. We're setting up account. Yes, of course. It's pretty simple based on onboarding, right? And I don't think anything is specifically crazy here. There's a wet sound that's actually given. Yeah, there's a wet sound that's actually given. I don't know what the sound is. It's like clock, 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 clock. Okay, I didn't switch up my keyboard sound. Interesting. Anyways, so it seems to be installing every single thing that I have used generally with uh, VS Code. So it's a VS Code extension, so it was built on top of VS Code rather, so it's not as if it's crazy or anything of that nature. There's practically almost no difference, to be fair. uh, with how my VS Code is currently set up. You have your structure, then of course you have the agent side where you can ask questions at the end of the day. So I think it's a regular basic structure for how a generalistic code will be laid out. But let's test it out with we'll test it out with two things, right? What I'll try and do essentially is I'm going to try to build an app from scratch, right? And see the results it's going to give me. Um, so let's see, well, because we're going to do this because, of course, it's free, right? And of course, I also have Gemini 3 Pro. So probably that's why, but I don't have limitations with my tokens, but Antigravity is free to use, right? So that's going to be fun. But let's play around with it and let's see. All right, so what I did was I got first off, I got a prompt, right? Just as your regular, so I got a prompt from Cloudflare, from Claude, not Cloudflare. I got a prompt from Claude. I generated the prompt to generate a prompt, right, for MongoDB. And since this is in play, I just added it um, into Antigravity, right, the IDE. So this prompt is actually quite hefty, but I think it fits exactly what I want to build, right? Tech magazine, something similar to Techama. But all cool and all nice. I think it's seamless though, in the sense that it's not crazy stuff. I'm building with Next.js, right? Nothing too fancy. I'm going to use MongoDB for the as the database. I'm going to embed everything into the Next.js file. Please not recommended generally, but for this purpose, for just testing it down, I'm going to do that. I have pasted it into the app, so it's already making a lot of changes, a lot of structures. And as you can see here on this particular layer, right, I love the fact that it creates a sort of like a tax layout for you. So it creates a tax layout, then it does sort of checks out the tax one by one. So what I did here, first of all, it laid everything into five different phases. First off, then it checks those phases one by one as it completes that particular task, which is sort of cool. Then after doing that, it creates a what it calls a walkthrough file. Then this walkthrough file sort of gives like a summary of what has been created based on the task that was set out. So it's sort of cool, to be fair. I won't lie, right? So far so good. I mean, this anti-gravity thing seems cool, seems nice. You have a lot of um, elements here to look at, and this is quite cool. I will lie. Um, Google is cooking here. Gemini is cooking here. It's actually cooking, right? Um, so for every build that sort of happens, it adds it to the walkthrough, right? And gives you the ability, helps you the ability to view. Right, I've done an npm install and an npm run dev, so essentially can view the project as it happens. So it's done with the homepage. Let me see if it can view. I can view the article. Oh, okay. So this is the article page currently. Um, Demo data, of course, right? But kind of still cool though, right? The design is good, not great, but it's good. I mean, I didn't give it any specifications on how the design should be, so this is actually not bad. Let me go back. The other thing I did for design should be for the mobile view, where I give the specific instruction for the mobile view. But aside from that, this is cool so far. So it has created a walkthrough so we can see what has been created. The walkthrough I've created, we have nav bar. homepage section, article page. So we have the article structure already in place, dynamic routing via the article slash slug. Let's see if that's for every single page so far. Or it's just playing around with me. It's playing my heart. It's playing my heart. He ain't clicking. He ain't clicking. Ah! Oh, okay, okay. Probably it doesn't. It hasn't picked all the pages yet, which is weird though, right? Wouldn't it be cool to pick all the pages? Okay, okay, okay. Just created a page, but it's not created all the pages, so that's there. We still have a few 4 pages, but that's fine considering the fact that we still have number of tasks to do. So it's, I think it has created the slug for the structure for the article page, but we still have more to build. So we still have the build video structure and other things like that mode, light mode. So I'm just going to tell it to go next steps. So why this is cool, right, is that one major thing with um, vibe coding is the fact that you cannot specifically um, you can't solve the problem with hallucination, right? Because it's the the AI agents always tend to hallucinate, but this sort of helps because it tells it it's already has given itself like a list of things to do, and it sort of follows that list step by step based on the prompt that you gave it. And once it does this, it now gives you a report based on the walkthrough that is there. Then this is actually good, smart, and it helps a lot with hallucination. This is going to help with a lot of hallucination, but let's test it out or continue testing it out to see. So I'm just saying next step, next steps, um, next steps of phase 2, right? So that it completes the remaining phases for phase 2. And let's see what happens there. All right. So it has created the implementation plan, right? And this is what makes it sort of cool, right? For each task it's going to create an implementation plan. Then it's going to try to execute that implementation plan. Then once it's done, it checks it out, then also create a walkthrough document. So you have a situation where for every uh, feature that is being built, um, it creates a document for you. PMs, product managers, you are going to enjoy this a lot. I won't lie, because this cuts your work by probably 50%, right? Of course, you're going to have to plan what the features of your product and all those kind of stuff, but that's practically um, uh, cut down. The time to build that has been cut down by general external AI agents or AI systems, right? Claude will help you do that, or Grok will help you do that. Gemini will help you do that, although I'm not really a fan of Gemini, but um, Gemini will help you do that easily, right? But now with Gemini 3, you can literally build out your prototype in no time and easy and fast, to be fair. Oh my, this is cool. So they're cooking. They're cooking. They're cooking, right? Developers are going to enjoy this because you don't have to essentially write too much, right? For everything that you have done or that is completed, um, uh, you essentially have a good documentation of it, right? The implementation plan, the walkthrough, and all the tasks that I sort of created. I hope honestly that this is after I figure out a way of saving this thing now, because this is way too cool. The walkthrough documentation, the implementation plan, and the tax documentation. These 3 are way too cool. They're way too cool. Um, remember, guys, always push your code. Always. Let me save this. I'm going to accept this. So it's done with that particular feature. Let's check it out. Task. So it is done with this feature here. So I'm going to commit this code to still so that we don't have issues. Message, homepage, and video. Always push your code, guys. Always push your code to GitHub. Um, sync changes. What? Okay. All right. So I'm going to the next step. I'm just going to say next, to be fair. I don't say next step every single time. A walkthrough document was updated so we can view it to see what was added, right? We stopped at homepage before, at video, homepage before, but now we have the video section done. So it's using a library called Ply React for our video player, right? Then the components of video card, of course, then a video player wrapper, which is nice. Then pages implemented slash videos, right? Then video slash slug for every video content or video implementation. So this is quite nice. So yeah, this is quite nice. Right now it is trying to fit the, well, it's doing two things right now. It's doing the dark mode and it's also doing the search functionality. Search functionality is simple, so I probably think that's why it's doing two at the same time because just usually it fits one by one, so it does one feature per feature. So let's see what that looks like. Search feature. If you click on it, nothing yet happens. All right, so still building. So let's leave it to finish building, I guess. We have our first error. How is it going to debug? All right, let's watch this. And let's see. So that's a problem with team provider. It's not defined. So let's see what it does. Oh, I think it's fixed it though. Yeah, it has. All right. Probably same error. Okay, no class name. I love fixing bugs, guys. Although it can give you nightmares. But I love fixing bugs. So let's see. Hmm. All right. I'm gonna I'm gonna keep accepting and clicking on next. Then by the end of the video, just gonna come back to see how every single thing played out at the end of the day. So see you towards the end. All right. Finally done with the project based on the checklist that Antigravity sort of had, right? So we created more checklists, and I sort of added more elements to it because there were some missing pages that I asked it to add. Then, of course, I was trying to optimize for mobile specifically. Then, of course, the error handling that I saw with the 404 page and the rest. So, um, although the project looks cool, right? And the breakdown through the code base looks nice, right? It's practically changed the landing, to be fair, right? Although those elements sort of look cool, to be fair, there were quite a number of things that were just not perfect in terms of how generally it should be. But it does confirms the points or the ideas that for you to build anything, you practically should know what you're building, especially when it's a enterprise app application or something quite large, right? You build it yourself and go build it essentially step by step. Like, come on, see errors. But it's fine. It's fine. You don't expect it to be perfect, um, and it's not even a good idea generally to start a project from start to the end with AI. To be fair, right? So I'm not knocking down AI or anything, but it did quite a good job. He did quite a good job, and I love what I saw to and through the login page, the sign up page, a little bit simple and cool. The dashboard structure, right, based on the requests I asked for, some cool features of sorts. Right now, nothing is specifically dynamic in the sense of it, right, but it's still a lot of cool features that are here, right? Still a lot of cool features are here. And here's the mobile view. Let me switch it to a mobile view only so you can see. Let me take this out. You can see the mobile view. The navigations down are more like for fit to that particular or fits to a particular mobile screen per se. So it's actually cool. You have video, the video feel where you can just watch videos, right? Then you have the latest. I feel like there's something on this latest page, same as the search page. Okay, yeah. This is a 4 page I created. Page not found. Same thing with this. There's an error, of course, with the um, night mode thingy as well. So the pages are actually cool, and I think with the right direction, right, you can actually build something crazy with AI or with this um, structure, this project, and based on how the app was created, right? The analytics, the structure of every single thing, right? I actually love the structure of the code base, right? To be fair, I don't have specific spaghetti code that is just totally unnecessary so far, right? It seems to be very, very specific, and it seems to be very unique. So it's sort of created everything line by line, step by step to um, make him make sense at the end of the day. So the project seems to be nice, right? But there's still a lot of fixes, a lot of work to go into it. And I think, to be fair, I'm going to give this a 7 over 10. because although it's not perfect, right, it gives you a good base and is a great assistant to what you want to do. And looking outside of just development, right, from the implementation side, what was implementation, the plan for each implementation flow, right? Then you now have your walkthrough documentation. Um, you have your walkthrough documentation of that sort of lays out what has been done per time, right? Giving sort of explaining it step by step. That is really, really cool. Then of course the tax structure to sort of lay out what has been done and what hasn't been done. This is actually really, really cool to be fair. Right. Then of course the code base itself. No spaghetti code or things that are crazy. I haven't gone deep. I haven't really dove deep. Um, I haven't really dove deep into the nitty gritties, right? But I feel like this project will be cool for anybody to use. This Antigravity will be cool for every developer to use. Now, if you're not a developer, right, you can use it to sort of build simple or the simplest type of project, right? But not nothing too complex at the end of the day. So that's it. All right. Now, what you need to know is that while you're building, you need to take note of the tokens, right? Because even while building this, right, it literally took me about few hours, right? I started last night and I finished this morning, and practically took me a while to actually conclude this because I had exhausted my tokens, right? And for the day or the quarter that was assigned to me for that particular day, and I had to wait 6 hours. Then before I could continue. So you have to take note of those elements and take note of those things while building this. And it still brings me back to the fact that this product or this element here are meant to assist you and not meant to be the total solution to your product. Now, as a software developer, this is great for you to use to fast track and get things done extremely faster, but you need to review all the code step by step because there are a lot of things just reviewing it that I've seen that are crazy and ludicrous, and I have to make those changes, right? And you yourself have to do the same thing every single time, every single step of the way, because there are a lot of stuff here that are not just um, clean, right? The logic is a little bit off. It's not specific to how you practically would want it, which is normal though. But it is an assistant. It is not the solution. It is not the software developer. So you, as a software dev, right, need to actually pick it up and actually make a lot of changes and make it fit what you desire per time. So I love what I'm seeing here. Yeah, Google did a great job with anti-gravity. Anti-gravity makes, as a Nigerian, it makes sense, right? It makes a lot of sense. So um, if you've not started using um, anti-gravity, you can go ahead to download it now. Start using it. I'm sure it's a lot of similarities with VS Code, Tray, Cursor. So you're not generally going to have issues with anything. Now, Gemini 3 Pro seems to be good so far, right? Um, Gemini 3 Pro seems to be good so far, but I mean, it's great. It's great. So, whatever you want to use it for or whatever you're building, I hope this helps. And yeah,